What is going on, mortals? Mortal T here, and welcome back to some more Immortals Fenyx Rising. Today I'm going to be covering Aphrodite's Trial of Beauty's Initiation. So in order to get over here, because these are the last two trials before her Trial of Blessing, so to get over here you need to have completed Ares' Trial of Mystery, so you unlock Ares' Wrath, which is this one, but it gives you the ability to have the up thrust so you can do your wings like that. That is what you need to unlock to actually get access to these last two normal trials of Aphrodite's. So once you have done Ares' Trial of Mystery, you come over here, you come to this one. We're going to be using the Fenyx clone ability, which Aphrodite gives you after you complete her Trial of Mystery. As you can see there, the Fenyx swap. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to stand on this pressure plate, spawn in a clone of ourselves, pick it up, and then we're just going to chuck it through the gate right here, so it doesn't land on the spikes. So it doesn't land on the spikes right there, and then we can just swap to him. Basically what that indicates is that there's going to be a lot of that in this trial. Now do be warned, this trial can get really frustrating, and for most of it I'm going to be showing you ways you can actually cheese your way. And when I mean cheese, like hard to explain, just get through it easier than actually intended. So here we are at the Trial of Beauty's Initiation. I'm just going to run down, get our first checkpoint, and just be aware that there's going to be a lot of toxic gas on this trial, and this is what we're going to have to avoid. So the first one's really easy. Obviously there's multiple stages to this, but what we're going to do, stand on this pressure plate, pick our clone up that we just made, and we're just going to chuck it through the door. It lands on the other side, and then we're going to switch to it. Very easy, but these get a lot harder. Now if you got a lot of health, you can actually cheese your way through this entire trial, just because this toxic gas does give you damage, but if you got enough health you can actually just go through it all, because there are multiple healing points around this trial. So what I'm going to show you what I mean. We're going to stand on here, spawn our clone like so that moves. That's what you're actually meant to do. You're meant to go on this and then chuck your clone across, but easy peasy. We're just going to stand on that pressure plate. We're going to switch to this guy. As you can see, we are taking damage, but once we get past that barrier right there where we had to jump over, that's it. You don't take any more damage. Right, when it comes to here, we're going to have to be really quick. We're going to jump and dash through these gates, so you get through them before they close. And then we're just on to the next area. As you can see, there's actually toxic gas here as well. Very easy. Just spawn a clone of yourself, pick him up, and just chuck him over where he's meant to be, like so. And then just switch to him, and boom. As you can see, we've got a checkpoint and there's a place to heal. Like I said, these do get a lot harder, and if you're trying to do this legit, it's going to be very frustrating for you. So once you got that one, once you're on this pressure plate, what we're going to do is spawn a clone in, charge up our throw maneuver, and then just time it good so we can actually get him through this gate right here. So boom, and in we go. We just need to get our stamina back, and then we can switch to him, and boom, we're through very easily. There is toxic gas there, so be very careful, but if you've got a decent amount of health, it doesn't particularly matter. Run up the stairs, and as you can see, we now have another one of these. Like I said, we can cheese it because there is a laser on here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to step on it, put our clone, and then we're just going to run and jump over to this. Make sure you don't get hit by the laser. If you take any damage from the laser, you might not make this because of the lack of health, so make sure you are clearing that. And yet again, we're going to go on here, so it opens a gate. Once this gets reasonably close, we're going to jump and shield dash like so, just to get through it. Very easy. As you can see, we did take some damage there. So yet again, as you can see, the platform actually comes all the way around here. If you're stuck on that platform and it comes all the way here, you're going to glitch under the map and you cannot get out of it. So you're gonna have to, if you've got a clone somewhere else, switch to it, but if not, you're gonna have to restart the trial. That is how stupid it is. They haven't fixed a way where you can glitch under maps. So what we're gonna do, stand on this pressure plate, spawn our clone in like so, pick him up, and then we just want to time this yet again. When the lasers go down, we just want to chuck our clone through this gate right here so he lands on the other side, and then we can switch to him and boom, we have a checkpoint and another place to heal. So for this one, mortals, it is it's dangerous. It's really hard. There's multiple things we have to do. So we're going to wait for this laser to come jump over it, step back on the pressure plate, spawn our guy in. Then we're going to run and jump over here. We're going to take a bunch of damage from the toxic gas here. Make sure you don't take damage from the lasers. The lasers that is going to swing back across here is going to destroy our clone. So we need to keep that in mind. So this platform is actually going to stop here. We're going to run and jump and go over here because it is a little ledge on these gates right here, and it's very useful. So what we're going to do then is we're going to spawn another clone in. As you can see, he's basically facing the right way and he's actually on land. If he's hovering sort of on and off this, you want to spawn another one, because otherwise this is, as soon as you swap to him, he's immediately going to fall and you're not going to get through the gates. But what we're going to do here, we're just going to fall off and die. It's going to respawn us back at the checkpoint, but our clone will stay exactly where he is, which is very helpful. So once you do spawn back, all we're going to do is going to run over and we're just going to step on this pressure plate right here. We are going to take damage from the toxic gas, but as you can see, these doors are going to open. We're going to switch to our clone and just dash through. That is how simple and easy it can be. Just because the doors open the inwards and not outwards. If these gates open outwards, it would obviously knock our clone off, but they open inwards so they don't, so we can just dash through. Very easy way to cheese your way through it. That's not the proper way you're meant to do, but it's the easiest way. So for this one, it is kind of hard as well, because you're meant to put your clone here, then you're meant to step on this pressure plate. Soon as this elevator comes down, you're meant to pick your clone up. I'm going to show you what you're meant to do. Pick your clone up like so the pressure plate is not active, and then you're meant to chuck your guy through this door to make sure it lands on that platform up there, right? I don't know if you can hear me clicking here, but our clone is meant to be up there. It's not, because for some reason, I don't know why they've done this, there's actually no barrier on the other side from stop your clone from just flying off. Because I don't know if you notice, when you chuck your clone, it bounces a lot. So if it bounces off this pillar here, and then it just bounces off into air, and then it just dies. So it's really hard to try and time this perfectly, but there is a way to cheese it. So I'm going to show you. So stand on the edge right here, spawn your clone in. Luckily, there is a stamina orb that usually appears here every now and again, which is good because it just replenishes your stamina. What we're going to do, we're just going to pick him up. We're going to look all the way up, and we're just going to charge our throw ability. And as you can see, we can actually clear this. This is fully charged, so we're just going to throw him. Throw him over, let your stamina recharge, and give it a couple of seconds. And then, boom, we're actually on here. Really easy. Like I said, if you try and put him on top of there, as you can see, there's a massive gap. Your clone is just going to fall off into thin air to try and get him to land, particularly on that platform right there. So it's best just to chuck him all the way across and just get the next checkpoint. Another place to heal if you need it. Yet again, here we go. To do this properly, you obviously get a clone, because as you can see, there is toxic mist. And then we're just going to throw him over there. Hopefully it shows you that it bounces. Look, boom, and you see, he's just slid all the way off there, which is really dumb. What we're going to do, we're just going to jump and boom and get over here. Because when you're in toxic gas and you're trying to fly, it'll just put your wings away immediately, so you're just going to plummet to your death. So for this one, we're going to put our clone on here, and then we're going to jump off into this toxic mist. Now, as you can see, we've already took some damage, but it shouldn't take us that long. So what we're going to do, spawn our guy in, jump over here so we land on here, charge our shield ability up, and then pop through, or land where I'm landed right now. As you can see, if you're right up against the gate right here, you will not take any damage. So we can just switch back to this guy, get off this pressure plate. Another way to cheese it, because sometimes this doesn't always work out perfectly, wait for this platform to come down. As you did notice that there is a button or a pressure plate in the center of that where we need to step on in order to open the gate. So that is what our plan is here to do. Wait for it to come all the way down, jump across. As you can see, we are taking damage. Step on the pressure plate for a second or two, switch to your other guy, and then just dash through the gates. Yet again, it's very, very simple because the gates open inwards and not outwards, so it doesn't knock our clone off right there, which is actually very, very handy. Then we're just going to run all the way up. As you can see, this is now... if you stand on this pressure plate, it's going to open these gates. But also, we need to switch back to this guy and quickly get out of the toxic mist before we take a huge amount of damage. As you can see, we are very, very low on health. But we need this platform to go all the way up to that gate right there. Then we need to step on another pressure plate and get through another gate, which is all the way up there. So this is going to take a lot of timing, mortals, so you need to be very, very aware. So once you're on this pressure plate, we're going to switch over to this guy till it opens the gate, and then we're just going to charge our shield blast and just wait for the platform to come up. Boom, go across, go through, and that is it. It does take a bit of finagling or whatever you want to call it, just because you do tend to hit the platform and it just stops you dead in your tracks. But once you made it to here, spawn your clone back, pick him up, and then we're just going to throw him through here. Very, very easy. And boom, we're up here. It might take a second or two for your clone to appear on here, but you will eventually get there. From here on, you can only take a bit of damage because this is near the end, but there is also the optional or secret chest that we can get to as well, so keep that in mind. As you can see, there's actually no other checkpoints here, so if you die, you're going to go back to your last checkpoint, and there is some mist here that you can take damage from. So what we're going to do, we're going to charge Ares Wraith or Wrath, and use our wings to just glide over this mist, because it is very, very low and we won't hit it and take any damage whatsoever. So then we're just going to run to our right here where the secret chest is located. Come to the very edge where these two trees are. As you can see, we've got a platform here, platform there, and then the chest is up there. But also we have a seed which is emitting this toxic gas, which we really, really need to get rid of. So we're just going to charge Ares Wraith again. Use the glide to glide over here. Because as you can see, there is a pressure plate right here. So make sure we're on it. Now we need to get up to the top of this one. Now, if you're very, very good, you can actually put your clone right here on the edge right there. Be very, very careful. And then we want to come to this corner, and we just want to charge Ares Wraith again, so we get this and it pushes us up and a nice pocket of air, and we are over here. Now usually if the clone is actually too close to what Ares' Wrath there, it will actually destroy your clone, so be very, very careful. So what we're going to do, we're going to step on this pressure plate. We're going to switch to our clone and step on this pressure plate, which is going to open this door right here. And then we're going to use our arrow, but make sure it's the arrow you control. Put it through the flames, swing it back round to the right, and then we're just going to hit the arrow into the seed to get rid of this toxic gas right here. And as you can see, it burns it all the way up, and boom, the toxic gas is gone. We switch back over to our other clone, use Ares Wrath again, and then glide all the way over to the optional chest. So once you have got your hands on the optional chest mortals, it's very easy to go back. You just have to jump off here and glide all the way down to the main ending. And that is how simple it really is. So mortals, I hope this does help you out. Like I said, this one can be very frustrating, but I'm hoping the ways I've shown you just to get around it, I hope it really does help you out. And if you did enjoy, you know what to do with the like button. And mortals, I'll hopefully see you in the next video.